Thanks so much for tuning in. This video is going to be a little bit different to what I usually do. I'm going to run through each of the dives from the day in a blow-by-blow format. Hopefully there's some tips and tricks in there that I can glean out and highlight for you. It was quite a fun day. The fish were on. I got a whole bunch of really good fish. The sharks were a bit of a hassle, but somehow I landed all the fish that day. And you know, on the day I saw it was green and dark. I didn't film anything else, no B-roll or anything like that, because I thought, well, I'm never going to use this footage. But as it turns out, it was pretty much the best day I've had all year. And you got to dive 3 times in the summer, and then we had a whole lot of floods and stuff. So this is pretty much my best day so far of the year. Check it out. So as I dive down onto the flasher, I see the fish approaching. There's a whole lot of them. You don't see them in the video. I pick off the first one just to get a shot. And at this stage, I didn't realize how many sharks there were. So I shot the fish really well, so I didn't really let it run too much anyway. If I have a good shot on a Couta, I'll just try hold it. This is my good mate Ryan, the sheriff, Shoal, diving on his boat called Taxman. He dives down just to make sure the fish doesn't need a second shot. He's really brilliant like that. You know, every time I've dived with him, there's no having to say dive down or look after the fish. If there's a fish shot, straight away you'll see he'll dive down, just check that the shot's good. If the shot's not good, he'll make a plan to put a second shot or fend off sharks. He's the guy I give all my guns to test with the rubbers to max. He can load the most insane rubbers by hand, and he's a really big guy, so he tests all the guns with the 16 mil bands at 400%, all that kind of crazy stuff for me. You can see this is just a shoalie, probably like a 5-6 kilo fish, but good to get it on the boat. There's the Taxman, and on the boat we have Jimmy. It's always good to have a top man, especially when there's a lot of sharks around, as it turned out today.
In the hatch!
It's just about to dive when Ryan jumps in the water, new spots. Obviously we've moved up our distance or our line. Just finish off my purge breaths. You see the viz here. The surface is probably not too bad because you can see the flasher from the surface, although it is pretty close. Looks like I've got it probably at 5 meters or so. Oh, the moment I bang my gun, there's a shark. Pull the gun in, keeping an eye on the shark behind me now. And there's just Couta everywhere. Whole shoal of them. These are all shoalies. Try to pick up an easy one. The shark around, so try to make sure, try to switch him off. And check out his grip it and swim. You know, with sharks around, you don't really want to let these fish swim. The double barbs generally hold quite well. Check right straight down there. Swam past, probably had a look at the shot, saw it was good, and had a little look around to see if there was another fish maybe trailing behind. It's always a good technique when your mate shoots a fish, dive down, go and have a look to help him out, because often the shot's fine and right behind it is a big croc or something. Good karma. Yeah. Always fight with those double barbs to get them out, that's why I'm never too worried.
Hey, the Johnny's right on the sorry. Yep.
Diving down. Ooh, and there's a shark swimming around the bottom of the flasher. Big Zambo, big round nose. Oh, another one. Bunch of sharks. Oh, there's a couple sharks here. There's a black tip. You can see I'm looking all over the place. There's Couta as well. Oh, this is the one I missed. I missed a Couta. Maybe thank God I missed that Couta. That might not have ended well. Diving down, using my 120 CDR with 70 centimeter 40mm bands. I'm sure there might be a video somewhere of me loading the gun up. It's quite quick and easy. Rattling my gun, and I like doing it in dirty water. The fish hear the sound and come up to you. See, there we go. What happened there? I went for the shots and hesitated. Oh, and there's a shark. Wasn't so stoked about that. Off on another one, another shark, quite a few. Check Ryan's there. Yo, I was lucky there that that shark didn't get my fish. Sure. Swam straight up to where Ryan was, and the shark obviously saw Ryan on the surface and bailed out. I'd shot through the fish just behind the pec fin. So the moment I could see it, you can see I just put out the pressure and pull the fish. Such a relief when you grab the fish. I beat it straight away.
Woo, the jot man, fucking hell. The jotties are fucking loose, eh?
Yeah, so I did it down after I heard your gun go off. Okay, the next thing I see is Zambi's Couta, like a torpedo coming to the surface, and a Zambi on the back on his tail, chasing into the surface. Man, it reached the surface, and the Zambi turned off, and luckily hit the depths again.
It's always a little nerve-wracking when you just see a big shark, you know, even when it's cool and you know it's not going to be an issue. And whoa, Mr. Zambo, I think I caught him by surprise as well. Ugh. You know, when it's, you see me just circling around to see where the hell he is and then getting out of there. Yeah, not nice when it's that green and they like sneak up on you. Well, not that he snuck up on me. Like we snuck up on each other.
Big smiley face came right up to me, like chilling. How's it? There's like 4 meter viz. It's like super shit.
I think it was a little bit of a nervous laughter there.
Not yet, not yet.
You know, sharks command respect. You know, it's nothing wrong with being afraid of a shark. I'm maybe a little bit brazen sometimes, but it's always in situations that I know that, you know, you can see the sharks, or the sharks aren't going for us, they're going for the fish or whatever it might be. But when it's green and murky and you have no idea where that shark is and they're popping up all over the place, it's just nasty. South Africa seems to have a lot of green cuck water with nasty friends with teeth. This fish is actually on a line. Saw my mate, he was fishing while we were traveling between spots and he was on with a nice fish. Called us over because there's so many sharks, so just jumped in the water to either secure the fish or chase the sharks off. But he was fine.
Nice one, bro. That guy.
Yeah, so the spot that Tom had caught that fish on is a little bit deeper than where we normally dive. It's in about 40 something meters. So, but I thought, hey, if there's fish there, let me dive down and have a look and see what's there. And there were just sharks, man. Like, big Zambo came up to me straight away. When I was looking around, there's a number of sharks And again, the sharks just disappeared the moment I got down there. But with it so murky, I'm like, my head's on the swivel.
No, those are Zambies.
You just see them on the finder, like even it's just the whole bottom of the sea is just Zambia. Looks like it.
On this dive, I actually remember seeing a nice Couta, but reviewing through the footage, I can't actually see where that Couta is. The water being so bad that it didn't even show up on the video. You see, as I get down, you can see a couple Zambos swimming around the flasher. Oh. All the gorilla snots in the water, that's what we call all the suspension. There's just so many sharks. I dived down because we've seen a really good showing on a spot, and man, it was just a big shoal of Zambos. Yeah. Ugh. Checking behind me, seeing what's around.
Fuck me, the sharks are loose. But I saw a nice Couta, eh? Saw a nice Couta.
You can see here I'm diving down after my throw flasher. And there's a Zambo. Well, it works on a Zambo coming in. I'm not quite sure if it's what you really want, but there's more than one. There's a couple there. Yeah, that's not a great spot. Oof, and there's a black tip. Cheeky little black tip. I find that often bull sharks, they settle down and sink down below you. They don't actually come up to your level unless they're really feisty. Black tips, on the other hand, they've got no problem to swim up to you on the surface just to come have a squiz and a look. They're often more of a pest with spear fishermen than the Zambies. But when the Zambies get feeding, that's when you just get out the water, because yeah, I'm sure as there are anywhere in the world, those flippin' sharks are powerful, man. You can see the water's a little bit greener here. We had moved to a shallower spot. You can just make out the reef. That sound you hear is a clicking of my tongue on the roof of my mouth. I found it really effective for Couta. It's not as heavy or as loud as banging, but the fish still hear it. If they're inquisitive, they'll come in. I'm just hanging on the flasher. Sometimes I do that. It's just, you save a lot of energy just being able to use the buoyancy of the floats of the flasher to keep you stable in the water without sinking down. Next thing, there's a Couta. He turns as he gets the flasher. I go after him. And I take the shots, almost stone him. You can see it arcs back around. With the sharks around and the fish pulling hard, but realized that Ryan was actually on the boat. So I just had to haul on the fish. This one had a little bit of fight in him. Oh, had a lot of fight. Actually, you can hear the almost drowned on my snorkel. It's a nice fish. That's why he pulled so hard. So always, first thing I do is bleed the fish and then kill it. Slide my thumb up to the end of the knife. So I limit how much the knife goes in. It doesn't just slip through and go into my hand in the gills. It's happened too many times for me to remember.
It's the same color as your wetsuit. Huh? No, you said straight up to me. Hey, bro. You open up that hatch thing there?
Yeah, I was too happy to have, at the end of the day, loading up some fish.
Hey, cook it.
Yeah, too much fun with the boys. Dive down, pull my gun in. This is actually one of the spots that I shore dive quite a lot at. It's a little bit of a swim out. Sand's at 19 meters. You see, as I get to the rock, there's a bottom fish of some sort swimming along the ledge. And I kind of get distracted by it and then look up and there's just Couta everywhere. Oh, and a Zambo. I think I swam up to get a Couta far enough away from the Zambo as possible. Shooting up is always very difficult, so I like to take my time. Also with the Zambi there, I was like, okay, try switch this fish off. You can see I'm holding the reel not to let the fish run. Check Ryan, he's on it, he's already down there. There's the fish's number plate coming up. Okay, Ryan's quickly back down there again to check for the second shots. Obviously seeing it, just the fish wasn't coming. It's better to put a second shot in and get that fish on the boat. Yeah. Awesome teamwork.
That was off a big Zambo.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of fish, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm huffing and puffing a little bit here. Hard work pulling the fish up.
Hey, shot, bro. Shot.
As Ryan takes the second shot and secures the fish, you'll hear my breathing stop. One of the things I notice a lot, especially with newbie divers, trying to land a fish and getting their friend to go and put a second shot is they don't slow down or stop pulling when the guy's taking the shot. And if you don't stop pulling, if you're pulling, the fish is moving, number one, so it's a moving target. And while you're giving resistance back, that fish is struggling away from you. What you need to do is at the point when you see your friend lining up, you need to relax, stop pulling, and just let the fish lie still for a moment. It'll allow your friend the opportunity to put in that shot. When you're pulling and there's all this motion, the fish is moving up and down like this, it's so difficult to get a good second shot in. So you'll notice that on this one here, you'll listen to my breathing. I'm breathing heavily coming up to it because I'm pulling the fish as hard as I can. And as Ryan gets down there to take the shot, you can hear I hold my breath and I relax. Look at the quick release knot on the swivel. I'm not pulling the line at all. I'm helping the fish relax at that moment when Ryan's going to take the shot. And it's so much easier to take a second shot with a fish relaxed. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about this video. If you've learned anything, if you have any comments, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.